Hello, my name is Larry Davis. I'm the owner and operator of the Jam Spot Music and the JSM.com. Today we are going to do a gear review. The gear review is going to be Line 6 Variax guitars. Now, Variax guitars are an unbelievable make. It's really brought the guitar players into space age now. I was a guitar player that had 15, 20 different kinds of guitars in the basement because I always wanted a different tone. I had a Telecaster, I had a Stratocaster, I had my Les Pauls, I had my Les Paul Special, yada yada, so forth, on and on. Now the Variax has really taken technology and they've packed all of those guitars into one model. One guitar has over 100 different kinds of models in it. So if you're looking to save a buck but you still want the tone, absolutely look into Line 6 Variax series. There's three models. There's an acoustic model, there's a 500, which is an affordable model. I think it maps at $599.99. And then there's the 700, which is a more expensive model. I believe it's $1199.99. Now, the main difference between the 500 and the 700 is the 700 is made in Japan. So it's actually crafted at a better place. The 500 is crafted at, I shouldn't say better place, better factory. The 500 is crafted in China. Some of them come from Indonesia, I've heard. I've never seen an Indonesian model, but yeah, they're definitely made in China. Now the electronics are the same in the 500 and the 700, but the purely aesthetics and construction of the guitar has changed quite a bit. The 500 does not have the jewel inlays, they have the dots on the neck. The 500 does not have the nice machine heads. These are go-tos here on this one. They just have a knockoff, probably Chinese model of machine head. The cheaper model does not have the arch top. As you can see, this has an arch top here. Also, this has the, well, I think that's really about the only differences right there, because everything else is the same. This has probably a higher end tram arm tremolo system as well. This is a LeBog, so yeah, I guarantee that 500 does not have that. Now, to bring up the speed on what the Variax does, like I said, it models all these really famous guitars, but let's get more into depth on this. How it works is there's no magnetic pickups at all on this guitar. Nothing. It's blank. It really looks weird on the wall of the guitar store. People come in like, what is that? It has no pickups. That's what the bread and butter of this guitar is what this guitar more or less has is a synthesizer engine in it. There's piezo pickups, individual piezo pickups on each string bridge. Each one of them has a separate pickup. And then as you can see underneath here, there's a heck of a computer system in the back of this. There's a lot of stuff going on under these panels. This one here holds your batteries. It takes 6 AA batteries, which is a power robbing, it draws a lot of power. It lasts about 2.5 hours, 3 hours on the batteries. Now Line 6 seen this as an issue, so they included a power pedal with this guitar. When you buy this guitar, it comes with a nice heavy gig bag. It comes with a power pedal and a tip ring sleeve. That's a stereo sound cable. The reason why it comes with that cable is because you have to have that cable in order to power the guitar. So if you want to practice without having to spend a lot of money on batteries, you can plug this box that it comes with, and it has a stomp button in it to turn on and off. You can plug that into this guitar and plug it into the wall, and it'll power your Variax without having to have batteries in it, which is kind of a cool feature for somebody who wants to practice for hours on end and you don't want to spend that money on AA's. Now, everybody who has ever thought about getting a synthesizer guitar should really look into one of these. Synth guitars are mainly by Roland. There's a couple makers, but Roland makes a synth guitar that has a guitar that sends MIDI to a synth foot controller. Now, more or less, Line 6 has the same thing here, except they've included the foot controller mechanism and batteries, or a power system, computer system, in the guitar itself. So all you have to do is plug this into an amp, and you're ready to model hundreds of guitars. The only downfall is it is not a MIDI out guitar, so you cannot control synthesizers or keyboards with this guitar. Alright, now let's show you what this puppy does. I'm just going to play pentatonic scale so you can hear the tone difference between the pre-programmed instruments on this guitar. Now, this has a regular volume knob, just like any other guitar would right here. It has a 5-way switch like a Stratocaster has. and it has a tone knob, just like any other guitar would have as well. Now, this is where it's cool right here. This is a knob here that changes the model of guitar you're on. So line 6, obviously, I'm sure it's because they didn't want to get sued. They didn't put, you know, Telecaster or Stratocaster on this knob. Instead, is what they did is they made something that you can refer to pretty simply that's resembling the model. So in other words, this first one's called the T model, and that's the Telecaster. So we're going to throw this on the bottom bridge, and there's 5 different versions of the Telecaster. Each section of this switch has a different Telecaster model. So you have 5 guitars on every bank on this knob. So here's the Telecaster, just a simple pentatonic scale on A. Now as you can see, there's kind of a twang there, you know, the Nashville standard. Alright, now let's go ahead and throw it on Spank, which is the Stratocaster. As you can see there, it's got the soft, mellow sound that's, you know, obviously linked to the Stratocaster. Now, here's the Les Paul. We're going to put it on the bridge, okay? Now, the Les Paul has a lot of sustain. There's a ton of sustain there. So the Lester is what it's called on here, but that's the Les Paul. Now there's the Special. Special is the Les Paul Special Series. So that's usually a single pickup guitar, flat top. Nice soft mellow sound that coincides with the Special. Here's the Rickenbackers. It's under Chime. Rickenbacker's pretty well known with the Beatles. Now this is the best part. Rickenbacker has a 12-string model. That 12-string model is fantastic. Here's semi-hollow bodies. There's a couple different makers in here. Gibson ES-175s. Okay, there's Jazz Box. I'm running out of time, so I'm just going to blow through them real quick. There's Jazz Box, which is a lot of different jazz guitars. Here's Acoustics, which has a bunch of Martins in it. And this is a 12-string right here, okay? Here's just a regular 6-string. It sounds just like an acoustic. Now I do have a little reverb on the amp, and I don't know how it's going to sound on the video here, but here's resonator guitars. Dobro guitars is what they are. There's 5 different models of them. Now here's the best part, and I gotta blow through this because I'm almost out of time. The best part is there's custom banks. Custom banks you can plug this guitar into your computer using a line 6 pedal, and you can actually open a program up and make your own tuning. You can change the tuning of these strings without ever having to mess with the machine heads. So if you play a lot of drop D, or you play a lot of E flat, or you play open E, open G, whatever, you go on the computer, you set up this particular tuning, you have 10 banks you can save to on this that are customs. You can save whatever you want. I like the Rain Song from Jimmy Page because it's a really hard tuning to do to a regular guitar. You have to completely adjust it. So you can do that tuning on the guitar with your program that you download from line 6. Awesome stuff. Just to show you, right here are some open tunings. This is, I didn't do anything. Here's open, or this is standard E. Here is open G. Awesome stuff here. I gotta go, 10 seconds left. Hey, you guys keep in tune. Stay in tune to me, because I will show you the best gear on the market, and I will give you the truth of it. Don't blow the money on the 700, get the 500.